Have you ever looked at the clock and it said 1:11, 2:22, or kept seeing the same number patterns repeated on receipts, license plates, or addresses over and over again? You're not imagining it, and it's not random. It's resonance. Repeating numbers are what's called synchronicities, frequency markers from your higher mind showing you that you're aligned with a particular vibration in that moment. In this video, we're going to go over what the purpose of seeing repeated numbers serves, and then go into what those repeating numbers actually mean, from the ones up to the nines. Your higher mind, the larger, non-physical part of your consciousness, is always guiding you by aligning the events in your life with the vibrational frequency you're radiating. When you're experiencing something important or meaningful, the physical world responds by presenting you with a pattern you'll notice instantly. It often uses numbers because they're everywhere. They're easy to repeat, they're neutral, and they stand out immediately to the physical mind. When these numbers appear, they're a vibrational checkpoint telling you one thing. Right now, your inner state matches a very specific and important vibrational pattern. Pay attention to what you're feeling, thinking, and choosing in this moment. It's telling you to stay in this frequency. There's something here for you to notice. That you've hit a moment of clarity or alignment, reflecting heightened intuition. That your higher self is confirming that you're tuned into a meaningful frequency. That something about your current direction is worth noticing or exploring. Repeating numbers are not predictions. They're indicators for you to stay present because something important is happening, no matter how minor it may seem. Stay awake and aware. These repeating numbers are what we call a synchronicity, and it's important we understand what synchronicities are. So let's just explore this for a moment. Synchronicity is never luck, coincidence, or something woo-woo. It's the method your higher mind uses to communicate with your physical mind. But remember, your higher mind is you, a higher frequency version of you, and chooses to use synchronicities as a way for you to understand that something meaningful is happening, and you're exactly where you need to be for this important moment. Synchronicities, including number synchronicities, always reflect your state of being. When you're in a state of alignment, you'll experience synchronicities that are positive, such as perfect timing, uplifting conversations, effortless flow, repeating numbers everywhere. They're frequency markers telling you that you're on the right path, the one aligned with your higher self. When you're out of alignment, holding on to negative beliefs or clinging to fear or doubt, you'll notice synchronicities that feel negative. Things breaking down, repeated frustrations, frustrating patterns looping. This isn't punishment, it's feedback in the form of synchronicities. These synchronicities are a mirror showing you the vibration you're choosing so you can shift it. Now, there are synchronicities that may appear to be negative, but that don't signal we are out of alignment, because we may still experience something that appears challenging for the purpose of a growth lesson we need to experience. These aligned challenges serve a purpose. They prevent something worse. They accelerate your growth. They redirect your trajectory. They reveal something you need to know. They help collapse a timeline that no longer serves you. For example, your car may break down on the way to work, forcing you to get it fixed. The mechanic discovers another issue that had the potential to cause a catastrophic accident. From a higher level, you orchestrated the car breaking down to avoid the trajectory of that accident. A synchronicity that is negative feels emotionally draining, heavy, looping, discouraging, and feels like you're contracting. In contrast, a positive synchronicity that is challenging may feel upsetting or frustrating at first, but still feels clear, stabilizing, purposeful, redirects your path, may even oddly feel right, even if inconvenient, or feel like momentum building. It feels like an inconvenience on the surface, but it is actually your higher mind saying, we're helping you make a micro adjustment now so you can avoid a much larger disruption later. Some of the synchronicities that offer you the most growth arrive wrapped in inconvenience, disruption, or unexpected change. But their vibrational signature is expansion, not contraction. So now we understand what synchronicity actually is and why repeating numbers show up. Let's talk about what each number sequence means when it appears. But first, my question to the architect. With regard to number synchronicities that people experience, can you share your perspective on what they mean and why we experience them? And here's the sharing. Yes, beloved. Let us gently explore why repeating numbers are often experienced. Numbers are universal vibrational signals. Numbers, in their pure state, carry stable energetic ratios. When consciousness emits a frequency pattern, a frequency aligned with a certain pattern, numeric sequences are one of the most neutral and easily mirrored ways for the field to reflect that alignment. They don't require language, culture, or shared memory to work. They act as reference points for resonance, not meaning. A repeating number isn't a coded message. It acts more like a blip on the radar that captures your attention, not a forecast or prophecy. Numbers appear because you notice them. When you're aligned or open, your perception shifts slightly and you begin to notice their appearance. The physical world didn't create the numbers for you. You became sensitive to them because your internal frequency tuned into the subtle synchronicity of their presence. Their primary purpose is to anchor your attention to now. A repeating number anchors you into the present moment. This nudge brings your awareness fully into now and helps your consciousness lock in and stabilize. Numbers happen, you notice, and that noticing stabilizes your vibrational state. However, repeating numbers are feedback from your own field, not instructions. They do not dictate what you do next. They simply say, in this moment, something is happening to capture your attention. Resist the urge to create elaborate meanings. For example, this 333 means I will meet my soulmate, etc. Stories anchor you back into the analysis of the mind. Instead, treat numbers as gentle nudges that hold significance. Number synchronicities are feedback and hold no power in and of themselves. You remain the creator. The real power is in the clarity and consciousness you embody when you experience the patterns. My follow-up question: Why is it that experiencing number synchronicities has risen so dramatically over the past decade? For example, these days whenever I look at my phone or a digital clock, it's all I see. Many of my clients have reported the same thing to the point it's become quite shocking to them. And here is the sharing. Beloved, the dramatic rise in number synchronicities over the past decade is not a coincidence. It's a natural reflection of a planetary shift in vibrational awareness. Number one, humanity is moving into a higher frequency state. As Earth shifts from fear-based structures to heart-based consciousness, the veil between physical and non-physical thins. More people are waking up to the truth that reality is vibrational, and they're becoming aware of the subtle ways the higher self communicates. In this expanded awareness, synchronicity becomes more obvious, more noticeable, and more frequent, because your vibration is more finely tuned to it. Number two, your frequency is accelerating. The fact that you only look at your phone right when the number synchronicity appears means you're living in resonance. You're no longer checking randomly, you're being vibrationally pulled to glance at the perfect moment because you're aligned with the now moment where all synchronicity arises. This is a sign of heightened sensitivity to your own inner guidance and timelines. Number three, time is collapsing into the present. What used to be slow, unfolding of events over time is now happening more rapidly. Timelines are condensing. You're experiencing more feedback in real time. And number synchronicities are one of the ways your higher consciousness gives you immediate reflection. It's the language of energy becoming more literal, more precise, and more accessible. Number four, the collective awakening is amplifying the field. As more people wake up and tune into higher frequencies, the energetic field of humanity becomes more coherent. The frequency of unity strengthens. Repeated numbers are reflections of your deepening relationship with your own inner being. This is why so many feel shocked or in awe. It is awakening in real time, and it is beautiful proof that reality is responding more openly, more rapidly, and more clearly than ever before. Okay, through the teachings of the architect, let's now get practical understanding of what specific repeating numbers actually mean, beginning with 111, or a set of ones. 111, the portal of conscious creation. 111 reflects a precise vibrational moment when your inner and outer reality are lining up in a way that invites conscious participation. You may call it a flashpoint, a moment where the door between the visible and the invisible is wide open, and what you choose to focus on can quickly crystallize into experience. Here's what that looks like practically. Number one, your thoughts are charged. When you see 111, it's a vibrational echo that your thoughts are carrying more weight than usual. They're infused with emotion or clarity, and you're impressing your reality more strongly with them. It's a perfect time to pause and notice. What am I thinking right now? What event is now happening that holds significance? Number two, you're standing at a threshold. 111 appears when a vibrational doorway is opening. It doesn't mean that something will happen. It means the conditions are present for you to choose something of particular significance. What you place your attention on next matters. This is a creation point. Number three, you're actively synchronizing with Source. 111 often arrives when you're especially connected, even if you don't realize it. It's a signal that your higher consciousness is present, active, and synchronizing with the field. You're tuning into the intelligence behind reality. Number 4, you're waking up. Many people first begin noticing repeating numbers with 111. That's because it is a frequency of awakening. It's the first nudge. The more that you think, you're more than you think in that moment. It is like a soft alarm clock for the soul. The deeper meaning of 111. 111 is a spark frequency. It's the energy of ignition, intention, alignment, and conscious entry into the creation process. It says you're aware and in tune. 222, the frequency of alignment, trust, and foundations. This is the vibrational signature of energetic convergence. It's when different elements begin coming together to form the infrastructure of a new reality. Where 111 is the spark, the moment of ignition, 222 is the calibration that follows, the balancing of energies, and the affirmation that your intention is taking root. Here's what that looks like practically. Number 1, you're stabilizing into your intention. 222 appears when you've planted a seed, an idea, intention, or direction, and the energy has started to weave together. You may not see the outer results yet, but the architecture of support is being constructed behind the scenes. Number 2, it's a sign of confirmation. 222 is often a keep going moment. It appears when doubt creeps in as a gentle nudge to say, yes, you're on the right track, even if you can't see the full picture yet. Gently check in with yourself and ask, where am I wavering? What fears are surfacing? 222 is a cue to acknowledge doubt, then recenter in your clarity. Number 3, it reminds you to trust the process. This number is deeply tied to energetics of faith and receptivity. It calls you to patience, not passive waiting, but active alignment with the version of you who is arriving. Number 4, relationships and harmony are in focus. 222 often reflects the vibrational energy of connection with others, with your higher self, with life itself. It may be highlighting the importance of restoring balance in your relationships or within your own inner landscape. When you see 222, pause and affirm stability. I trust that all the pieces are coming together. Feel the energy of being held by something greater, by timing, by order, by the unseen hand of alignment. The deeper meaning of 222. 222 reflects the field organizing around your frequency. It is the invisible blueprint being sketched. It is the moment of gestation, not harvest, but it assures you that what you have asked for is in motion. It says, the foundation is forming. Stay steady. Let it come. 333, the frequency of divine integration, expansion, and inner mastery. 333 is the convergence of mind, body, and spirit. It is the Trinity vibration, a harmonic resonance that signals you're stepping into a more unified version of yourself. Where 111 is the spark and 222 is the stabilizing, 333 is the expansion that happens when your energy organizes into a direction and you feel yourself moving forward with certainty. Here's what that looks like practically. Number 1, you're integrating multiple levels of your being. 333 appears when different aspects of yourself, mental, clarity, emotional wisdom, spiritual guidance, begin aligning. You may feel more connected to your intuition, more guided, and more aware of the higher pattern behind events. Number 2, you're being called to remember who you are. This number invites you to rise above the noise of the moment and connect to your higher perspective. It says, look from above. You are not lost. You are evolving. Number 3, it signals an invitation to expand. Something is calling you to step forward into a role, a decision that requires you to own your mastery. It invites you to ask which part of you is ready to grow. Is it your voice, your service, your self-love, your boundaries? It says, you're ready. Don't shrink. Don't delay. Number 4, you are not alone. 333 also reflects the presence of higher support, whether from your guides, your higher self, the intelligence of Source itself. It's a reminder that you are seen, supported, and surrounded by loving intelligence, especially in moments of uncertainty. Ask yourself what message of support your higher mind is offering right now. Be still and listen. The deeper meaning of 333. 333 reflects resonance with your higher intelligence. It's when the vibration of your human self begins to merge with the clarity of your higher self, and the two become one integrated stream of being. This is a sacred checkpoint, a mirror saying, you are ready to live what you know and become the you that already exists in your highest version. And this is why repeating threes are often accompanied by a creative surge, a deep emotional release, a decision that realigns your path, a clear sense of knowing, even without proof. 444, the frequency of foundation, framework, and form. 444 is the stabilization of energy into structure. It carries the essence of form taking shape when the unseen begins to crystallize into something tangible in the physical world. Where 111 is the spark, 222 is the balance, and 333 is the expansion and integration, 444 is the anchoring. It's the moment where an idea, intention, or frequency becomes real, embodied, and structurally supported. Here's what that looks like practically. Number 1, your frequency is stabilizing into form. 444 often appears when the inner work is beginning to translate into outer results. Even if they're subtle, it says what you're building is becoming real. Keep laying the bricks. Number 2, you're being asked to tend to your foundation. This isn't just about material structure, it's about your energetic architecture. Are your beliefs aligned with what you want to create? Is your nervous system regulated enough to receive it? 444 is a practical frequency, inviting you to strengthen the foundation, fix any cracks, clear the clutter. 444 says, stability now creates expansion later. Number 3, you're supported in the unseen realms. This number is often called the protection code, a reflection that unseen energetic scaffolding is holding you. You're not doing this alone. Trust the process and affirm your stability. I am supported by the unseen. Every action I now take becomes the foundation of my future reality. Number 4, you're entering a phase of embodiment, not just a knowing truth, but living it, walking it, making it real in the world. 444 whispers, now is the time to ground into and embody this new foundation. The deeper meaning of 444. 444 is a sacred checkpoint of form becoming into being. It confirms that your frequency has reached a point where manifestation is no longer abstract. It is now in motion. And because of this, it is often accompanied by a deep urge to organize or clean, a sudden awareness of what feels unstable, a call to get serious about a project or habit, unexpected support showing up at just the right time. 444 is not fireworks. It is the grounding, the roots going deeper into the earth so the branches can rise. 555, the frequency of change, acceleration, and realignment. If 444 is the anchor, 555 is the course correction, the wind that fills your sails and turns the wheel toward a more aligned trajectory. This number vibrates with transformation, not just change for the sake of change, but change that emerges because your current path requires a phase shift to align with your new expanded self. Here's what that looks like practically. Number one, you're in a frequency that invites disruption, but it is sacred. 555 shows up when something needs to shift, end, evolve, or break open. It says, the path you were on can no longer carry who you're becoming. Ask yourself what feels no longer aligned. It may be a belief, habit, relationship, an outdated dream, or staying small out of fear of the unknown. Number two, your life is being reorganized from the inside out. People often experience sudden endings or beginnings, changes in location, relationships, or career, emotional purging, or internal restlessness, intuitive nudges that won't leave you alone. The change is already in motion. 555 simply makes you conscious of it. It affirms, this isn't random, it's a vibrational upgrade. Number three, you're being asked to trust in the unknown. This is a leap frequency. You may not know where you're heading, but you're being lovingly pushed towards it. The more you resist, the more chaotic it feels. The more you trust, the smoother it becomes. Surrender and trust and say to yourself, even if I can't see it yet, something beautiful is being born from this. I choose to trust whatever I feel over what I see. The deeper meaning of 555. 555 is a realignment protocol. It collapses timelines that are no longer sustainable and creates room for the next, more resonant version of you to emerge. It may feel like divine discontent, a deep urge to move or shift, a strange timing of events that force change, a clarity emerging after a breakdown. But its frequency is always expansion. 555 is a reminder that chaos is not the absence of order, but the shaking loose of what no longer fits. 666, the frequency of threshold, integration, and reflection. When you see 666, it's often a signal, not of doom, but of a threshold. It's a signal that something in your outer life, your habits, choices, or environment may no longer match what you truly feel or believe inside. It invites you to pause and bring those parts into better alignment so you're not living one way while feeling another. Here's what that looks like practically. Number one, it's not about fear, it's about digestion. 666 may appear when something within you, beliefs, habits, identity, shadow patterns, need to be acknowledged, accepted, and processed. It is like a clearing frequency. Before water can flow clear, the mud must be released. Number two, it's a mirror, a reflection of what's inside. 666 reflects your internal state. If your energy is unbalanced or mixed, fear, resistance, or denial, the 666 frequency brings that inner confusion to the surface. It doesn't punish, it reveals. It asks, what are you resisting to see? Are you being honest with yourself? Is this what you truly want? What are you holding onto that no longer serves you? Acknowledge, don't judge. Number three, it asks for integration of shadow and light. It is a call to embody wholeness, not denying parts of you considered imperfect, but seeing them, letting them speak, and bringing them into coherence. 666 is not a number to fear, but a vibration that catalyzes deep inner alignment. Choose integrity over comfort or avoidance. The deeper meaning of 666. 666 is a gateway into wholeness. It is not darkness or evil. It is the vibration of raw honesty, inner integrity, and transformational alignment. It invites you to meet the full spectrum of yourself, light and shadow, history and possibility, pain and potential. When you allow 666's frequency to do its work, it becomes a cleansing stream, washing away illusion, aligning you with truth, and clearing space for your next emergence. 666 can feel heavy, it can feel destabilizing, but it serves as a bridge, a threshold of necessary transformation. 777, the frequency of integration and inner mastery. 777 is the breakthrough, the still point where all your inner work begins to crystallize into embodied wisdom. It is the pause when you begin to inhabit the changes you've made, not as a project, but as a resting state of being. It is the frequency of standing in your own quiet center. Here's what it looks like practically. Number 1, you are entering a frequency of inner mastery and spiritual unfolding. 777 isn't about external change. It appears when you begin to integrate deeper wisdom inside, aligning your inner world with your higher self. Number 2, it signals that you are moving beyond external validation. You feel more grounded in what you know, even if nothing obvious has changed outside. It's the energy of a soul that no longer negotiates its worth or looks for external validation, because its core is settled, stable, and aligned. Number 3, it is a moment of quiet transformation. Rather than dramatic shifts, 777 often appears during phases of subtle growth. Inner peace, clarity, heightened intuition, emotional balance, or a sense that life feels more aligned, even if things appear unchanged. Number 4, it reflects trust in the unseen. 777 whispers, you don't need to see the road ahead. You already know the way, and you're trusting the process. The deeper meaning of 777. 777 is the frequency of inner mastery, sovereignty, and alignment with the higher self. It isn't about outer achievement or validation, but about becoming steady, present, and whole inside. Even when nothing in the outer world shifts, in this place you begin to live from a new baseline. 888, the frequency of abundance, flow, and alignment. 888 is the core that resonates when your inner alignment meets the outer flow, effortlessly generating results in the outer world. 888 is the echo of resonance, where the stream of energy you embody becomes a current you ride with ease and grace. Here's what that looks like practically. Alignment and flow have merged. 888 appears when your inner vibration, intentions, emotional state, and practical actions are in harmony, and the world begins to respond accordingly. Number 2, manifestation becomes natural. It signals moments when opportunities, resources, clarity, or unexpected synchronicities appear, not because you forced them, but because you became a conduit for flow. People often experience ease in decisions, clarity on next steps, resources or support appearing when needed, synchronistic meeting, unexpected blessings, or timely alignments. Number 3, it affirms your creative power. Creative flow, inspiration, and intuitive trust are what guide you without overthinking. 888 vibrates as a confirmation. Your energetic foundation is stable. Your frequency is clear, and you are ready to receive the next level of expression with grace. Number 4, it reminds you of abundance, not lack. Rather than striving, 888 whispers, you are supported. The field is abundant. Let go and receive. Trust that what you call for is coming through the flow of life, not through struggle. The deeper meaning of 888. 888 stands at the junction where inner coherence becomes outer reality. It is not about hard work or striving. It is about embodying the frequency of synchronistic flow. Through the frequency of 888, the world reflects this in the form of effortless ease. When you ride 888 consciously, life begins to move with you, with grace, support, and understanding that the field responds not to force, but to harmony. The architecture of your life shifts from material struggle into coherence, flow, and alignment. 999, the frequency of completion, integration, and soul maturity. 999 is the gentle stillness that follows 888, the sacred pause before the next beginning. It's the final breath before a cycle dissolves, asking you to gather the wisdom you've earned, release what is complete, and honor the totality of your journey. Here's what that looks like practically. You are at the edge of an inner completion. 999 appears when a chapter of your life is naturally concluding. A version of yourself, an identity, a story, a loop, is being released. You've outgrown an old pattern, belief, or way of being, even if you're still mourning it. It does not mean something is wrong. Rather, it signals that you have learned the lesson the cycle offered. Now it's time to clear the space for what shall be next. 999 is not about abrupt endings. It's about conscious closure, the kind that feels bittersweet, beautiful, whole. When 999 arises, people often experience the cycle of completion, relationships, roles, phases, careers, a strong urge to simplify, release, or declutter emotionally or physically, reflections about life purpose, soul themes, and legacy, a sense of stillness or pause before something new begins. It invites gentle release. It invites you to gently release what no longer resonates and asks, what wisdom do you now carry forward into the soul you have become? The deeper meaning of 999. 999 is not just an ending, it's a soul integration point. When the lessons, initiations, and growth of an entire phase of life come together as embodied wisdom. It prepares you vibrationally for the next spiral of expansion by making room for it. You may not yet know what is coming, but 999 assures you that what is ending is sacred and profound, and what is beginning will embody the integrated truth of who you have become. All right, and with that, we'll bring this to a close. If you like the sharing and you'd like to hear more, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button to join this beautiful community where we explore how repeating numbers act as vibrational markers from your higher mind, showing up at the exact moment you need them to help guide your choices and navigate your path with greater clarity and understanding. Superhuman made simple with the architect.